Hello, hello, this is Arc the Piking, back with another brand new Let's Play. This is one that pretty much every Let's Player under the sun has done, and give me just one second, I need to adjust my microphone. It's not wanting to stay in the proper position. There we go. And it is Super Metroid. This was a special request from someone who is super awesome. That would actually be my dad. My dad wanted to see me play through this game. He bought this for me when I was 6. I actually still remember the day that he brought it home because this game blew my little 6-year-old mind. This was hands down the coolest game that had ever been, and I remember almost every part of it like the back of my mind to this day. I've played through it so many times, and this is just going to be
in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
Sorry about that. This is just going to be a casual run-through. And we are going to sit through this so patiently. 1, because I can't skip it, and 2, because it doesn't need to be skipped. It's amazing. This is just setting up the backstory for Super Metroid, what happened in the previous 2 games, which in the first one, Samus goes to the planet Zabis and defeats Mother Brain and all the Metroids there. And as you all can probably read, after that, Samus goes to their homeworld, SR388, and, well, exactly as it says, totally eradicates them and rescues a larva for further study. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is just a casual run-through. I'm not going for 100%, and I'm not going for any kind of particular speed run. I'll probably, do some fancy stuff just as it comes up, but don't expect anything terribly mind-blowing. I may impress you, once or twice, like, oh, I didn't know you could do that, but, yeah, it's the extent of it. Oh no, Saris is under attack. So, I guess a little bit about Super Metroid for those of you who haven't played it, like all, like 8 of you. This is Super Metroid. It is a somewhat open, platforming action game with a heavy emphasis on exploration. You collect power-ups which help you traverse the landscape farther and progress in the game. Like, for instance, you may find something that lets you jump higher, which will let you reach other leads, or special beams that let you open other doors. And, oh, look at this. This is a pile of bodies. I'm sure nothing bad happened here at all. Everything is just gravy. And, oh yeah, Samus can wall jump. And I'm just gonna lose this fight. You can try fighting him, and it's kind of fun, admittedly, but the fight's rigged. You can't kill him. The best you can do is kind of scare him off. And he also leaves when you reach a certain energy total. And this escape sequences can actually be kind of frustrating if you've never played it before, but it's really not that bad. The game gives you a pretty hefty amount of time to get through it. This is the hardest room in it because of the tilting and whatnot. But easy. When I was a little kid, I actually used to fail that room a lot. Let's see, one moment. But no big deal. we got out with plenty of time to spare, and we are gonna head to Zebus to try to track down the larva, the baby Metroid. Oh man, I love this game. I just freaking adore this game. Here we are landing. And I think one of my favorite things about this game is its ability to set the atmosphere. Like, it's creepy. Like, look at this. There's nothing around, nothing to interact with. It's sort of unsettling. Let's see if I can time this right. Nope. Messed it up. Miscounted by 1. It's possible to make it all the way down that shaft with, It's possible to make it all the way down that shaft without ever losing your momentum. There we go. The cartridge I had as a kid was always slightly messed up. On elevator shafts like this, the emblem on Samus's chest and the right side of Samus's visor would glitch out, and it wouldn't look right. And as a kid, I always thought it was weird, but I thought it was normal too, you know? So I thought it was normal, and you know, I've played other copies since then and realized, oh, that's not that is abnormal. I mean, it didn't have any effect on the gameplay. That was the only problem with the game. It was just odd. And here we're gonna get our second power-up, the missiles. Sorry, this game is so second nature, I keep forgetting what I need to talk about. So we got our morphing ball, which, as you just saw, lets you turn into a little ball, helps traverse in the stage. And missiles let you open red doors, or pink doors. Every missile capsule you get increases your maximum missiles by 5. So it is a good idea to seek them out. Let's see, around here is actually a, there we go. There's no real way to get to it yet. Yeah, I'm sure there's like a pixel perfect jump or something you can do there to get it, but it's out of my, skill range. So we won't worry about it for now. Alright, so we got missiles, we can probably start progressing in the game. We've also got the morphing ball, which is pretty sweet. So let's check out what else the game has to offer. And, oh look. Enemies. First enemies you see are the space pirates. They're kind of pushovers, honestly, but you know, they can be dangerous, but them dying in one shot does kind of take away some of the danger, of course. But, yeah, their lasers can catch you by surprise if you're not careful. Or you can just jump into them like I did. Oh, come on. There we go. This elevator shaft used to give me so much trouble playing this as a kid, because it is, you know, somewhat precise jumping to get all the way up there. I think this way just leads to the map. If I remember correctly. Yep. So this may or may not come in handy. I tend to not spend a lot of time in criteria, but could be useful later. Those little buggers are actually kind of hard to hit. I remember the names of like a third of the enemies in this game. Like that guy right there, he's called a Ripper. He can only be destroyed with super missiles and I believe power bombs, which are 2 power-ups you'll be getting later. Super missiles do not actually replace your regular missiles, but oh, that's silly. Oh well. But they're a separate type of weapon instead of being an upgrade to your missiles. So keeping track of those can be kind of fun. Alright, now here's a little trick that I like to do. Come in here after blowing those up, immediately exit, and we're going to go refill our missiles real quick. Probably should have done it. Well, probably should have let them live first, but oh well, too late now. There we go. This is another room. If you do it pixel perfect, you can actually escape. But I'm not pixel perfect, not by a long shot. Bombs will come in useful later. I'll worry about that later. Could shoot more missiles, not gonna. Easy peasy. It's just a mini-boss. Because this game has those. And yeah, they're super easy to just run through. Here's where bombs come in useful. You can use them to blow up rocks. They don't actually hurt you, but I don't know. If you are on a bomb when it goes off, it will, however, boost you up. And with proper timing, you can actually bomb jump. That was not proper timing. That. See? So that can be used to actually break some sequences in the game, get farther than you're supposed to. Or not farther, I should say, but to different areas earlier than is really intended. That's one thing I really like about this game, is if you're clever enough, you can get just about anywhere in the game a lot sooner than you'd expect. And the game rewards that kind of ingenuity. Like, there's nothing stopping you from doing it. You can get some cool items for some interesting strategies, like, even later. Oh, I missed. That was just bad. Okay. Got my directionals confused for a second. Those guys will... I'll show you. And when you shoot them, they spawn little bugs. And the bugs can actually be shot to refill your ammunition types and whatnot. Health and all that jazz. So, kind of useful. I usually skip over them myself because there's more efficient ways to do it, but I do want to show things off a little bit. There's a few tricks and glitches in this game that I really wish that I knew how to do, and I'll probably talk about them even if I can't show them off. Like in here is a perfect example. There is a trick called the mock ball that is very hard to do. You like, I guess it's not hard to do, but I've never known the particulars of doing it. If you run and you manage to duck and hit the ground and turn into a ball like in the same frame, then you can maintain your running speed while in ball form. So it's really useful like that, because you can get through that entire area way earlier than you're supposed to. You're supposed to have a speed upgrade in there, but, you know, you don't. So you can get the super missiles and I believe a reserve tank back there a lot sooner than you're supposed to. Reserve tanks are basically energy tanks that operate on the back end. You can fill them up. When you die, they'll autofill and heal you back up. They're kind of a silly concept, really. Alright, back up to full. Yeah, that's one of the... Those are pretty much there just to give you a way to refill all of your stuff. I'm not even going to bother fighting you. Alright, drop that bomb, grab these missiles. Could go through there, but I'll tell you right now there's a door that I can't open yet because I need super missiles. So we're just going to skip it. Instead, we're going to get what is possibly the single most useful non-required item in the game, is the best way to put it, the charge beam. This thing is dynamite. Allow me to demonstrate what it does on a suitable target. Well, that was one use. If you charge up and you do a spin jump, you'll become invulnerable and totally shred anything in your area. But it's mostly used for charged up shots. One other use it has is if you charge up and drop into a bomb, or drop into the morph ball, you'll drop 5 bombs in a scatter. So those are pretty cool. This is just going to be for safety. I normally skip this, but there is a save point back here. It is hidden. I would like to save. Thank you for asking. So polite. Just, you know, make sure that I consent to the save rather than just doing it without my permission. Very progressive. Totally whiffed. Totally got hit. Not performing in this room very well at all. Oh well. I'm sure I'll be fine for this coming up mini-boss. By the way, spoilers, there's a mini-boss here. He's pretty easy. He's a big time waste, so most speedruns won't fight him at all. Let's see. Got the 2 missiles. Normally, he always closes his mouth after you hit him once, but with proper aim and timing, you can pop him with 2 missiles. The missile pickups that enemies drop always restore 2 missiles, but I've also got the charge beam for emergencies if I need to. Ah, messed it up that time. He's pretty easy to avoid. He moves in a big figure 8 pattern, and when he gets low on health, he moves at twice the speed. I think it's twice the speed. It might be faster than that, actually. But there's so many ways to avoid him. You can morph into a ball in the corner, or any number of things. Oh, not where I expected that to be. Just run on the opposite side of him and such. The spores are... yeah, they add a little bit more dimension to dodging, but they're pretty easy to deal with too. Oh, the second one didn't come out. Darn it. Oh, missed it. Oh, there goes my perfect. Oh well. I was hoping to get through this without taking any damage, but... I can still end it with full health. And when you kill him, he turns into a platform for you. And the whole area starts dying. Oh, come on, wall jumps, don't fail me now. Well, that was supposed to be nice and fancy, but instead it just looked really silly. Well, moving on. I used to use this shaft to practice wall jumps when I was a kid. Just for fun, I'd come here and, well, I'd wall jump. Just sit here for like half an hour and do this to see if I could get to the top. It's pretty easy now, because now that I know the timing. Oh, and then I messed it up. But I don't know, it was just something fun I did as a kid. See, you know, if I could truly master the wall jump. But now we have super missiles. We can open green doors, and super missiles are, at least as far as the doors are concerned, the strength of 5 regular missiles. You can also use them to open the pink doors, and you know, as previously advertised, only need one of them. I'm getting totally wrecked by these little guys. This is super embarrassing. I think this requires a super missile. Yep. Can I squeeze through? Yep, sweet. You're supposed to use a bomb to jump up there, but I didn't do that. Oh, the side hoppers. These guys are annoying. Alright, and here's the first place that you're introduced to the running mechanic. You have to hold the A button, or I guess normally it's the B button. I changed my controls, so sometimes I might get a little confused on what the default controls are. But you have to hold the run button to get through there without falling. Now, it's technically possible to... come on, I can do this. There we go. It's technically possible to get all the way up there, but it's a huge hassle, and there's not actually much you can do there. I always have trouble finding... There it is. I always have trouble finding that. I am going to take damage on the way down. It's pretty much unavoidable. I lied, apparently. In here is an energy refill. We're at full energy, so we don't need it. And coming up is a prime example of something I mentioned earlier in the video. Oh, by the way, water makes you move super slow. Normally, you need the high jump boots to get up here. See, I cannot make that jump. But, with the power of wall jumping, I can make it earlier. Forgot about that. Come on, reform. There we go. And I can get this weapon early. Like I said, normally I'm supposed to have gone and gotten a different item to get up there, the high jump boots. But because I'm clever and awesome, I was able to get it early. And I love that about this game. The game really rewards you for thinking outside the box and doing cool stuff. So now I've got this sweet Spazer Beam. It shoots in 3 directions, does a little bit more damage. And it's just generally a good upgrade. It eventually will become obsolete, but that is very far away. And that is a glass tube, and I love it. That glass tube's not going to last forever, spoiler warning. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I don't know if you can tell that or not. This also happens to be my favorite genre of game, is the unofficially named the Metroidvania type of games. Much like the Bloodstained demo that I did earlier this month. Except that was more of the Castlevania side of the Metroidvania. This is obviously the Metroid side. This is the game that perfected the formula. It was the first one to do everything that you see, and it's just amazing. Like, this game gives me goosebumps. It's so good. Alright, we got the high jump boots, but it's the first one to do the mini-map in the corner like that. It's the first one to, like, really think about its layout instead of just putting obstacles and power-ups in sort of, like, randomized locations. Like, every tile in this game has some kind of purpose. Not to mention the atmosphere. It really feels like you're on this, like, scary alien world. I'm totally gonna toot my own horn. That was an awesome jump that I did on first try. Alright, give me just a quick second. Time check. Alright, we got just a little bit more time. I think I can go defeat the first real boss before calling this video quits. And yes, I realize I'm skipping like 2/3 of the room in this game. That is because, like I said, I'm not going for 100% completion, and I'm not really going for speedrun strats. I just want to play the game. I totally botched that. There we go. There it is. Alright. And yeah, this thing is way more powerful than the pea shooter. Let's see, I always forget, but I feel like there's things over here, and I never actually look for them. I think this is just a save point if I remember correctly. And I do. We'll go ahead and save for safety. Just on the off chance something really bad happens. I always liked that fourth floor because that crack just stands out so much. Alright, and we've got a scary little itty-bitty thing coming up. And spikes! I'm gonna jump into spikes. There we go. That guy wasn't so tough. Alright, and I like the dead body over there. I don't know. Like I said, I really love the atmosphere of this game. You can shoot the rocks, actually, which I always thought was kind of cool. Just little touches. There is a quick kill on this guy. I don't know. I'm not any good at... Oh, did I actually just get the quick kill? No, I didn't. Darn it. There it is. Oh man, I didn't get to show off any of his attacks, except for the one where he spits, but that's so minor. That's the fastest Kraid I've ever gotten. I'm right proud of myself. So yeah, that was Kraid. He's dead now. And we got the Varia suit. It's a very, suit. I'm sorry, that was a bad pun and I apologize for it. I know it seems like I know the game super well right now, and I do, but trust me, there will be a point in time that I get lost, and once I get lost, I'm probably going to stay lost for quite a while. So don't you worry about it. I'm not going to be able to ride this train forever. Alright. Just stand here and wipe them out. We're gonna go to a room that, from my experience, tends to kill a lot of people. Because you come in here, and you're immediately trapped until they're all dead. And these things will jack you up, unless you know how to deal with them. And that's just let them latch onto you, and then bomb them. But there's a sweet energy tank waiting for you if you can survive the onslaught. I know that room used to give me a lot of trouble as a kid because when I was a kid, I didn't know what to do. Those enemies were jerks. Not landing as many wall jumps as I'd like. Not going down the elevator as fast as I'd like either. Alright, I think that just about wraps this one up, so I'm going to go find a save point, I'm going to save, and it'll be awesome. And by find a save point, I mean I'm gonna go right here to this one. Alright, save completed. So with that, we will wrap up Let's Play Super Metroid Episode 1. As always, this has been Ark the Pie King. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day.